everybody? I'm back in this bitch. Here to talk to you today about my second semester in nursing school. I just started. Okay, I didn't just start. I actually started back in what was it? January. I started in January, and we started late because here in Texas there was like an ice storm or something. So school was closed for like 2 days, and that really put us behind, which kind of sucks because the first semester, Hurricane Harvey fucked us all. Okay, like we started literally like 3 weeks later, so that was horrible. But anyways, back to the point. I am in my second semester of nursing school, and I wanted to I just got my tights dirty from, I don't know from what. Look at this. It looks like poop. Anyways, I don't know where. I don't know. Anyways, okay, whatever. I have the worst memory. Oh yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about my second semester, what classes I'm taking now, and how I am trying to stay organized, how my clinicals are, and my experience so far. Okay, so for this semester I have 2 classes. So it is less than last semester. Last semester I was taking 3 classes and a clinical. This semester I'm taking 2 classes and 2 clinicals. So the first class is Common Concepts. So this is basically med-surg. Okay, this is the book that we're using for this class. It is an 8-pound book. Okay, there's a lot of knowledge in here. So as always, they make you get, the brand new book with a code. So this book was about $200, but I got it for like $160. So on Amazon, a little bit of saving money. So for that class, I actually started off with a 2-inch binder, and then I moved up to the 1-inch binder, and I moved up to the 2-inch. So here it is. Look at all this. Look at all this mess. Oh my god. I love school supplies. I know a lot of y'all out there love school supplies too. It gives me joy, But yeah, so I have this calendar where I just write everything that I have to do, obviously, for the whole semester, and I keep it in the binder. So when I open the binder, I look at it, I'm like, okay, this is what's coming up this week or whatever. I have my syllabus in the front, some notes, some paper, and then all of my PowerPoints. I was never like the person that would print out their PowerPoints like back in college when I was at A&M. But now in nursing school, you really have to print out those PowerPoints. Like, I don't think I know anybody who doesn't print out the PowerPoints. At first, I didn't print them out, and then I quickly realized that was a mistake, because they really help you. Like, obviously, you have to have them. And for us, a lot of the PowerPoints have notes. So you have to print the PowerPoint to get the notes, or else you don't get the notes. And so yeah. Also, my teacher likes to read straight from the PowerPoints and the notes. so it helps me stay on top of what he's saying. So yeah. But as you can see, I'm pretty organized this time around. I have my little tabs and everything. On a separate tab, I like to keep my outlines. So for the test, we like to make outlines. When I say we, it's like the girls that, you know, I kind of study with. We like to make outlines of each unit, and then we study those as well. And then on the next tab, I have like the little case studies, like the questions, and that's it. So for this class, for Med-Surg / Common Concepts, we're basically learning the actual diseases. So we learn about the pathophysiology, we learn about the epidemiology, we learn about the side effects, we learn about nursing interventions, plan of care. We're actually learning how to take care of the patient in the hospital. Unlike last semester where we were just kind of like starting to go over like the basics, now we're actually starting to learn how to be a nurse, you know? The other class that I have is psychiatric mental health. This is a book. Sorry, I know it's backwards. But yeah, this is a book. It's actually really interesting. And it also comes with a code, and we also have access to quizzes online. This is my binder, and as you can see, it's a lot skinnier, a lot thinner than the Common Concepts binder that I have, but same thing. I have, you know, my calendar right there that I keep, and pretty much it's the same setup in my binder. Mental health nursing is actually really cool. So I've always been super into psych, and it is something else. Like, it is so different than Common Concepts. Just psych is just a whole different world, and either you love it or you really hate it. I really love it. So in this class, we're basically learning about all the mental illnesses. We've learned about anxiety. We learned about, like right now, I'm learning about personality disorders, mood disorders. We're learning about schizophrenia. We learned about OCD, PTSD, all those things, victims of abuse. It's very hard sometimes, but it's very interesting as well. And we're also learning how to take care of those patients by looking at care plans and interventions. And you know, both of the classes have their own clinical. So we have the Med-Surg clinical, and then we have the mental health clinical. The mental health clinical is very different than the other one, because for mental health, we can't really do a lot, just because you need a lot of training and different training to actually care for patients with mental illness. We do get to obviously interact with the patients, but for example, we're not able to go into their rooms by ourselves or at all, pretty much. We have to stay within like the common area, and we're not able to give medicine or anything like that. And it's just very, very different. We're mostly just observing how the nurse takes care of the patient, and you know, just what happens. So we're able to help with feeding, keeping company, just very simple things. The other clinical, my Med-Surg clinical, it's very different from my first clinical from first semester of nursing. Now we're actually doing a lot more things. We are at the bedside a lot more. We do get to do a lot of things. So I actually administered an injection, and our care plans that we do are more in depth, and we actually have to follow the care plan. Like the interventions that we come up with, we actually have to do them on the patient. So it's not like our first semester in nursing where it was just kind of like a hypothetical thing. Like now we actually have to do it. Clinicals are pretty hard. They are 12-hour clinicals now. Unlike last semester, they were 8. Now they're 12. It's pretty fast-paced, depending on the nurse that you get. Because sometimes some nurses won't really ask you to do much, but then there's other times where the nurses will literally make you go with them every single where. Everything they do, you are shadowing them, and they actually, you know, have you do things, which, you know, is pretty cool because you actually learn, right? So all in all, this semester is a lot tougher than my first semester. This semester, the content itself is very different. It's actually pretty hard. It's a lot more in depth and detailed. I actually need to study a lot more than what I have been studying for my classes. The last thing that I want to talk about is this super awesome journal that I have. So this little journal helps me keep track. So my first video of nursing, when I said that it was all about time management and like time management and staying on top of what's going on. Because once you don't know what's going on, it's like you're gonna have a really hard time catching up. So what I like to do is every week I write out everything that I have to do for that week. I guess I already have my calendars, but this just helps me visualize exactly what I have to do. So like what I have to read, what chapter, you know, any assignment, more in detail of what I have to do. The calendar is just kind of like an overview, but my little notes journal is actually like my game plan. If y'all are actually watching these nursing videos, for anyone out there that is interested in nursing school or you know, is in nursing school, and you want me to talk about something in specific or whatever, just let me know. Write a comment, subscribe down below, please. Give me a like, give me a view, whatever. I'm here, and I'm just trying to talk about my experience and hopefully help some of y'all out there who are thinking about nursing school or who are just really stressed out. Let's just be stressed out together, because believe me, my hair is falling out. Like I'm literally going bald. And by the way, this is a new haircut and I really like it. I think it's pretty cute. It's a little bob. Well, it's a long bob, and today I like curled it a little bit. So yeah, I think it's pretty cute. But thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you made it all the way through, especially special thanks to you. And right fucking on, bitch. Bye. What y'all trying to do? What you trying to do?